Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Automator program for Mac OS X. I think this is a really awesome application that a lot of people don't know a lot about. So today we're going to help you save some time doing repetitive tasks on the Mac OS X system using the Automator. So let's get started. First thing, the situation we're going to use here, I downloaded a file from the Fat Cow web hosting website, and they have this great zipped up package of over 1,000 web icons, as you can see inside of each one of these folders. Problem is, there's 1,000 icons in like a ton of different folders. And you can see them all here. It would just take forever to browse through all of these different folders to find what you want. So what I want is all of these images inside all of these folders in one folder. Now, you can see that would probably take a long time to click in here, select these, drag them over, and then you got to go back, get rid of that folder. It can take a long time, but you can save a lot of time using the Apple Automator, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So first thing we're going to do is create a new folder, and we're just going to call it Web Icons. This is going to be where we're going to have Automator put all of the images inside of here. One thing I do want to mention, since I have tried this before, all of the images inside of here, you can see there's two sizes. There's a 16 by 16 size, and then there's a 32 by 32, and all of the images are named the same for the 16 by 16 and the 32 by 32 in this case. So we're going to have to run the script twice in order to get all of them, but we'll show you that down the road, so don't worry about it. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go look for the Automator program. You can use Spotlight by hitting Command Space to look for that too. And this is what you come up with here. We're going to choose the workflow. And then basically you just have a list of all the different prepackaged scripts to choose from. These are things that you drag and drop them into this space over here to create a workflow chain that when you run it, it will do these things in an order from top to bottom to create the to accomplish what you want to get done. So what we want to do is move files from folders. So we're going to come into this files and folders category, and the first thing you need is the Find Finder items. If you click on these, you can see it gives you a description down here of what these scripts do. And we're just going to drag this into here. And here you can tell where exactly you want it to search. And we know that our folder that we want to search in is this one right here on the desktop. So we are going to come over here to Other and navigate to this folder because that's where we want to search. And that is it. Choose. And you see we're searching in that folder now. And you can change this to all or any of the following are true. We want the kind of file inside of this file to be equal to an image file, because these are all ping files, ping image files inside. So we want it to select all of those files. And you can see in some of these folders they have little database files. We don't want to select those, but that's not an image file, so those will be sorted out through this Find Finder Items script. The next thing we want in our chain, we want it to move it to this folder. So we are going to look for the Move Finder Items. Here it is. And we're just going to drag it down to the bottom of our chain here. So you can see that this is the flow that we are moving in. Then you simply tell it where you want it to go. We're going to say that we want it to go to this folder. And actually, you know what? Let's create another folder. We should, for this instance, we should create folders for the 16 by 16 images in here and the 32 by 32 because they are named the same and you don't want to overwrite them with the incorrect size. So we're going to do the 16 by 16s first. So we'll navigate to that folder here. And you have a couple of options down here. You can click this to open up so that you can see the results as it's running. Sometimes that's a nice way to go. And then all you have to do is click Run. I believe, let me just double check, I think we did everything. Kind is image, move it to this folder. Perfect. Let's run it and see what happens. You can see the action is running. It's finding all the images. And there they are. And now it's moving on to this one. And there we are, workflow completed with a green arrow. This is good. Now let's go check this folder. 16 by 16, and there are all of our images. And if we click on the view options here, show item info, you can see these are the 16 by 16 images. That's great, perfect. Now what we're going to want to do is run this again, but this time instead of moving the images to the 16 by 16 folder, we're going to want to move, the rest of them to the 32 by 32 folder. And we can confirm that the 16 by 16 images are in fact gone. So we can actually just delete those 16 by 16 folders out of here right now by holding the Shift key and dragging them to the trash can. Perfect. Empty trash. Okay. So now we're going to run the same script. We want to search this folder for all images and move them to the 32 by 32 folder. And run it. And there we go. And it's done. Now we can look in here. Our 16 by 16 is full of all of those images. And 32 by 32 is full of all of those images. And just to check to prove to you that it did work, we will turn on item info, and there you go. They are 32 by 32. So that's how you can move around a lot of files doing repetitive tasks that would take forever to do by hand. Apple Automator makes a lot of things like that very, very easy. It also has a record function where you can tell it, hey, listen to what I'm going to do, or watch me do this, and then you repeat it. And you can click this, do what you want it to do, and then click stop, and it'll save it as a custom script that it can do over and over again. There are some limitations to that. I recommend that you read the documentation and on Apple's website. I also believe you can write your own Apple scripts and use them in here as well. I haven't jumped into that too much, so if anyone knows, please comment and let us know. And just play around with it. And if you got any other cool stuff, please post a video response and let us all know how you guys are using Apple Automator. All right, well, thanks. That's it for this time, and check back for more videos soon. Thanks.